Hello, hello. Welcome to the Simply Together show. Look at the Christmas background.
Ooh.
It's Christmas. Christmas is coming. If you didn't know that, if you don't know that, Christmas is coming. It is sunny, but my heating is on, which means it must be a bit chilly. I haven't been outside. Is it cold?
I didn't have my big coat on. It's not as bad that I needed my big coat. I just had a little jacket on.
Oh, okay. So, people, if you're going out, you need your big coat because Shelley only needs a small coat, which means that you need your big coat because it's chilly out there. It's chilly. Yeah. Anyway, how are you doing, Shelley?
I'm okay-ish. Had a bit of a rough weekend, hormonally and everything else, but yeah, I'm okay. I'm diddling.
Okay.
You're diddling. Oh my God, I heard that expression for a while. You're diddling.
I don't think I've heard that before. Diddling.
Diddling. So you're just bobbing along. You're okay. It's like, yeah, everything's fine.
It's like saying fair to middling.
Yeah, fair to middling, yeah. So yeah, it's one of the nephew's 21st birthday today. Hi, Aaron, nice. If you're watching. And we're all getting ready for tomorrow, but it's a surprise for tomorrow. So yeah.
And then
I'm working my way up.
But you say it on the radio.
You know, you just said, Nikkei, you just said about bobbing along, or one of you said bobbing along. Now I've got that stupid song in my head from Mary Poppins. This is just stupid. Anyway, how are you doing, Nikkei?
Do you know what? I'm very good, thank you. Not too bad. Hectic. We had our last competition yesterday. So I got beaten, royally beaten by somebody she was really quick. Really, really quick. But it was good. It was a really good competition. All the kids went for it as usual, which is what I always love seeing. And I said yesterday, I meant Sunday. So yeah, but I was in London.
I thought it was Sunday.
Yeah, it was Sunday. You know what it's like? I don't go to work for one day, and all of a sudden the days all roll into each other.
Yeah.
So that was good. It was a good weekend, and I was in London yesterday as well. I went to this place called the Breakfast Club. It's a new found place for me. It's really good.
Okay, what's there?
So they do all day breakfast, English and American. And it's like a brunchy type of thing. So there's a few of them, and they seem to be centered around London. We just went to the one in St. Pancras because a friend of mine, she'd gone to Brazil today. She didn't want to really go right into the centre.
Yeah.
Because they have one in Soho and one in Covent Garden, which is where I wanted to go. But yeah, no, it's good. I would absolutely recommend it. The service is a little bit ditzy. When you talk about asking the next question, yeah, you have to ask it like 3 times before they kind of understand what you're talking about. But we put that down to an age gap. I think I'll pack that bit there. And, but that was good. So I am kind of getting in the Christmas spirit a little bit.
Good.
So I like our Christmas background.
The Breakfast Club. So that's what we need to go. So if you go to London for the day?
It's in St. Pancras.
Okay.
The one that we went to is literally in the station, and it's opposite where you go for the Eurostar. Yeah, I know. I said that to my other friend. She said, I go past there every day. I've never seen it. I said, oh, I'd never seen it there before either. But I think it's relatively new to St. Pancras.
It's not a big place, is it?
No, but it's long.
It's long.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Because I was there last week. I didn't notice it.
To be honest, if I wasn't going there, I wouldn't have noticed it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend it.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
And it's not very pricey either, considering.
Oh. Considering
where it is.
Yeah. So maybe we need to go out for the day, do the one in Covent Garden, brimble around there, then go down, I don't know, Leicester Square, and then we go and get some dinner and come home.
Yeah, that would be a good move. I love walking around Covent Garden, Leicester Square, that place there.
Okay.
Get some steps in. So what about you, Cynthia? How are you?
I'm okay. It's it's really busy. It's been really busy, and it's really busy, and I don't know when I'm going to get a breather, but I know that I need to sort that out come January. Because
You're going to wait till January to have a breather?
Because I've got all these clients booked in, and it's all about client work. So it's not, so like one of my days off this week is our event that we've got on Sunday, which is at the Irish. I might as well just plug it now. It's at the Irish Forum. It is 1 till 5.
Are there still spaces?
And it's our end of year soiree, 11 years for the Simply Deez events group. But that's on Sunday. So that would have been my day to rest and do whatever. And then the next Sunday I've got something else on. So it's that time of year. It's just really, really busy. And there's clients that are leaving. So then come January, February, that it won't be as busy, and that'll be good. But yes, we went into London last week. It was Remy's birthday, and we had a lovely time. We went to the Banksy exhibition, which was really good. So anybody likes Banksy, there's an exhibition in South Kensington. Go and have a look. It is really good. Want to go to the V&A. They've got Mary Antoinette's wares, her clothes, fashion exhibition going on there. That looks really interesting as well. So maybe on the in-between when I'm not working. Who knows? So we're going to have a little bit of chat about Christmas and people and the time of year and how that has an impact on everybody, their mental health, their pocket, your bank balance, all of those things. Can you put up the one I just sent you? Or not?
Literally the one that I've just got, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see if that'll go up.
Oh no, you sent it to my Facebook, didn't you?
Yes.
Hang on.
Sorry.
There's so many channels of communication.
I know.
And it's funny, actually, really thinking about it. When you talk, oh God, these people go away. When talking about Christmas, we were talking the other day. It wasn't a related thing, but I still think it's quite pertinent. Where, when we were growing up, we only had the two means of communicating. Either you were all together, or you wrote a letter, or you sent a card or something like that.
Yeah.
And I just think that now with social media and stuff, here it comes. If you were lonely, it's kind of amplified.
Yeah, it is, because there's so many other ways. Of connecting. Go on, Shelley.
Social media kind of helps, but sometimes it kind of doesn't.
Yes.
It amplifies it, but it can help you sometimes. Sometimes you sit there and you go, I don't even want to look, because it's going to be, I'm doing this and I'm doing that, and it's kind of, and I'm not.
Yeah.
But then other times it's,
I do know that there are some corners of the platforms that are live on Christmas, and they do use the traditional, like the mukbangs and things like that. It's not what we see, not the egregious things that we see now, but where they're just there, and so that people can join.
Yeah.
Right.
And talk that way.
Okay. Well, this was on my friend's Facebook page, so I've just stolen it. But are you stealing? Because it's out there. Who knows? Anyway, so Christmas rules. Don't go into debt trying to show people how much you love them. It's a lot of people do that. And some of them do that because they feel that they have to do that.
Yeah.
Has she disappeared because
I'm here. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I've got switched off on my phone. It's really disturbing me. Sorry, I did say. I thought you.
Yes, so some people go into debt because they feel they have to go into debt. You know, I know over the years when I haven't had much money, I would say to my two, there's not going to be a whole load of stuff because actually money is quite tight. But I think for some parents, they feel that they have to spend a certain amount on their children. Are they going to thank you for it? I don't think so.
You're just setting them up to actually expect it. And I think sometimes I wonder if the people actually really think of, I know it sounds like a really silly thing to say, but I just wonder if people actually, they're not really thinking about the money. They're just thinking about the fact that they feel the need for their children to be included, especially if they're young children. I would imagine that in schools they would know better than to do show and tell after Christmas. But, you know, kids are going to talk anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
When they're a certain age, it's more about how many presents they're opening. It's got nothing to do with what they've got and what Santa has spent on them.
Yeah.
It is just the amount of presents that they're opening.
Yeah. So and they can have some small things, or even, you know, things that are not expensive.
Yeah. And even if you've got to remember that it's difficult. This is me coming from it as an auntie, and I'm looking in on the situation all the time. But you got to remember that you have got your family around you that are buying for your children. So I've always said when my nieces were growing up and they had their own children, I said, do you want me to buy the presents from Santa and I don't give anything to the children when they were little?
Yeah.
So it helps you out. They're still going to get the same presents at the end of the day. But if you're thinking that you need a big pile of presents. But
so what you're saying, Shelley, really truly, is where possible, families should coordinate. So it's not just a case of you thinking, oh my God, I've got to buy all these kids for presents for the kids. When you know, like you said, when you know for well that Auntie Shelley's going to buy, Auntie Nick is going to buy, etc. So coordinate it, and then
yeah. See, so I've done it before where it was like, what is on the Santa's list?
Yes, yeah.
Santa's list.
Yeah,
and it's rather than then ended up with like you got odd presents and everything else, and it's you're helping your loved one out with their children. It's because it can get completely silly because you're buying for someone just because they're going to buy for you. And you kind of so we don't buy presents then. It's like, but you still want to do something, so we always do sort of it's like your joke presents and bits and pieces.
Yeah and we kind of do the same, you know. It's if we'll ask each other, so that if there's something that you actually want, rather than just going and buying something random, we would then ask. So that way you know that you're getting something that actually you would like to have, as opposed to money's just been spent.
Yeah.
Or, you know, just on anything. Yeah. In random. Yeah.
Well, then what do you do if they ask for something that's outside your price bracket?
Then I'll tell them it's outside my price bracket.
Yeah, you see, not everybody's able to do that. I'm the same. I mean, I'm not as coordinated as you two. Me, I just normally get carried away with it all, in the sense that, but I think, right, this is how much I'm going to spend, this is how many people are getting, and I'll just do it that way. And other time I think, well, sorry, the money's not money in this year, I ain't doing it.
But you do get some people run into where it says about the debt thing. I know I've had some people that are run into this whole thing of they're still paying off Christmas at Easter.
Yes.
Whereas one of my friends will always then say, if I can't pay for it on this payday or borrow for next month's payday, I'm not spending it.
Right.
So not to put stuff like on a credit card, like on tick, like, yeah. It's, if I can't pay it off in those 2 months, then I don't want it, because it then runs into everything else. Because by the time Easter comes up, you then start looking at paying for your summer holidays.
Yeah.
and you're still paying off the end part of the Christmas. So you're always going to be in that kind of debt.
Yeah.
Even though it's not like the whole year you've ended up in debt, but it is kind of, because you're those couple of months behind on paying back everything.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Shelley, do you think, both of you, that it's a stage of life thing? In the sense that, when you're young, your kids are young, and they're young kids in your family, you feel the pressure to do that. But then as you get older, as you get into yourself, you become more confident. Obviously, you've had other knocks that have gone on that are not related to Christmas, etc. And then, obviously, your priorities change. And your ability to say, oh, actually, I can't do it this way, but I could do it that way, etc., improves.
You do get as you go through life, you are very much yes to everything, because you don't want to miss out on anything. And then you get to a certain point in life where you're like, oh, hang on a minute. you actually kind of put the correct glasses on. Everything suddenly comes into focus and you think, hang on a minute. But when I was in the call centre, one particular call centre, it was NTL at the time, because you were open every single day, we had more stuff going on in our family on Boxing Day rather than Christmas Day. And because I didn't have children, I then said to anyone in the department, I'll do your Christmas Day shift if you do my Boxing Day shift.
Yeah.
But I don't think, if I'd have been in a different position, that definitely wouldn't have been the case.
No.
I thought my Christmas Day. I've been given my Christmas Day, so I'm going to get it off. And then in other calls, I mean, that's one thing that does draw me around the twist. Everyone's all sort of like, oh, we've got the Christmas break. And it's like, hang on a minute, half this population is still going to be working. They're going to be working that bit in between. Yeah. They're the ones that are going to be answering your calls all the time. So don't start rubbing it in other people's faces.
Yeah.
I think sometimes obviously, if you go back years and years ago, the majority of people were on a break in between. Nothing was open. It was always like that. Whereas actually, for me, I've done shift work for, I don't know, since Courtney was a baby. So I would have maybe 2 days off, 3 if I'm lucky, and then I'd be then working. So if I'm working off the Christmas, I'm working the New Year, or vice versa. I don't know when I last had that whole time off before and then go back after. To be honest, I don't think I've ever had that. I don't remember ever having that. People are working. Places, like you said, the call centres, depending on what it is, are still open.
Anything customer service related, you're working in between, or you take it in turns to work in between. But people are still doing their Christmas shopping, food shopping, as if all the shops are closing. It's the same kind of mentality that they've got of when it was, right, okay, the shop is closing half day Christmas Eve, and I can't get into a big shop until New Year. So like your second of January.
They're back in Tesco's and Sainsbury's and Lidl's and whatever. Maybe not the Lidl's and the Aldi's and that, because they don't open on Boxing Day. But the others open, and people are in those shops buying some more food, even though they already spent twice their budget a few days before.
Everything all in.
And do you think it's because they think the food is going though? Do you think that's the reason why they're stocking up? Because I thought about that. I actually thought about that the other day, because I was in Lidl. It was yesterday. I was in Lidl and I looked at this woman coming out, and she had all of this trolley. It was absolutely packed to the brim. Obviously, I don't know what was happening. I didn't say, why are you buying all this food? But then I just thought, I wonder if she's doing her Christmas shopping early, or maybe she'll be back there buying 2 loads of trolley like that for Christmas. I'm just wondering that, it could be. Yeah. Or it could just be that people just shop like that because they just want more things. They might probably be buying I don't know, some kind of fancy dessert or something that they wouldn't ordinarily buy. And
most probably. Most probably, but I think they're still going to go, because for a lot of people, they go a few days before Christmas because they then are going to get their salad stuff and their veg and their stuff like this. But whatever they've bought 2 or 3 weeks previous, it's still going to be the dry stuff that they can put in the cupboard. So they're still going to go back. They're still going to go back. Hello, Camilla. How you doing?
Have you seen the advert for Tesco's that's got the goggle box people on it?
Oh,
I've only seen a little bit of it.
It's fantastic, and it's the very, very last bit, which is the brother and the sister.
Yeah,
and she says it all comes down to the fact that you don't touch that. It's for Christmas. You got mum saying that across the country from now up until Christmas. But she says you always know in mum's fridge what's for Christmas because it's got the finest stuff on it. And it's like, yeah, that is exactly what's you're buying the best, the better bits. But I don't do that.
I've gone now. I believe the finest of everything all the year round.
Yeah, I don't save that just for Christmas. If it's something that I want and it's reasonable, then I will have that. It's, I'm not buying finest just because it's Christmas.
But then again, obviously, it's different for different people, isn't it?
Of course it is. Of course it is.
I mean, I'm of an age where my first jobs, I had one that was down in the town centre in a clothing shop, and we closed on Sundays. The Arndale was closed on the Sunday, and you had a half day. But you also then had, when I started working at the cash and carry, that again, shops were kind of starting to open. The supermarkets were kind of opening up on the Sunday, but they would always close over Christmas. So you've got that in between bit, if you remember. So we used to have a list that we did at Northern Peacocks that was for these little corner shops.
Oh, yeah.
All the certain things that you could stock where people are running out because they've forgotten this or they've forgotten that, or you've got the kids that have got the bikes and the scooters and the skateboards and everything else, that you could entice those kids into your shop because dad's having to go out with the kids. So we would do this shopping list for you, and we would actually then say, oh yeah, because we've got that on offer and that on offer. And of course you haven't got that now. You haven't got the, oh my God, I've run out of loo roll. We need to go down to the corner shop. Or my kid's on the bike. Oh, should we just pop in here and we'll go and get some sweets or something or whatever. Yeah, you haven't got that now because all the shops are completely open all the time.
Yeah. I was actually going to say this because I was with Carmela the other day, and it's a midweek roast. It's just a midweek roast. And like she's saying, we don't need anything else because the shops are open on Boxing Day. But it's just a roast that you're doing. Maybe you might add a couple of extra vegetables that you wouldn't normally do, and
you might have pigs in blanket. You don't normally have pigs in blanket on the roast all the time, do you?
You do if you go to the Market Cross. All year round. Yeah, so you can.
This is actually making me laugh.
It is just a roast with a bit of extra bits in it, and I think that's the last couple of years. That's what I've said to myself. When you're running around like a blue ass fly trying to cook this flipping meal, I then remind myself it's just a roast. That's all it is. It's a roast.
And people, if you don't like turkey, don't buy turkey. My husband doesn't particularly like turkey. I do love a turkey. I mean, my granddad was a butcher or storehouseman, but so I've had all sorts of different meats. My sister was very much that she always wanted the big turkey because she had everyone round hers for Christmas Day dinner. So she always had a turkey. But because me and my husband and then my father-in-law at the time when he lived next door to us, we would have something different. So we've had goose, we've had lamb, we've had all sorts. And my dad, the time that I ended up with the goose, he came through the door because he came to see us before he went round to my sister's. And he sat there and he was like, I want some of your goods. Different.
Yeah, I cooked goose last year. It's not my favourite. I won't really be doing that again anytime soon. I've had
duck before as well. Oh.
Right, so the second thing on here is don't go home to see family if it damages your mental health.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the same, you know, not necessarily just don't go home, but don't go and visit people if that's going to have an impact on your mental health.
Well, how do you work with that one, Cecile, though? Because I think that one for me is a real double-edged sword, because they will go home and whatever it is about home that gets under their skin and disturbs their mental well-being, I would imagine that in certain circumstances that's still going to extend outside, because those same people are going to pressure them. Why aren't you coming? Why aren't you coming? So then they will have, they won't go home, but then they'll have all of that to stew in. And
it's about managing it whichever way you can. So if you say you're not going, and then you're going to get all of that pressure, and that pressure is just never ending. If you decide then, okay, I'm going to go because actually the pressure is making me feel worse, then you go. If you can manage that, then you don't go. If they're not going to give you any pressure and you've said it and you're not going, then you don't go. It's about what works for you and what you can manage.
You can then make up a different scenario. So rather than going round there, you could then say, perhaps do a video call and invite a lot of people together on a video call. Change the day. So in our family, where we did this before we knew we couldn't have children. We did this before, but it actually worked out better as I got older, that we had our family time at Boxing Day. I didn't see the kids opening presents, and that actually helped my mental health. Now I look back on it and thinking about this and how what you've just then said, Cecile, that it kind of, we was having the family time, but we wasn't having the thing that perhaps would have triggered me. I think would have triggered me if I'd have been in that situation.
It's literally about where possible, because obviously there might be situations where you think to yourself, there's no easy way out for me in this. I need to just then go and do that. And then in those situations, it's about how you manage that. Do you stay the whole day? Do you only go for a couple of hours? You know, do you then go at a different time? It's those kind of things. But we as a nation do not look after ourselves enough. You know, we always talk about self-care and stuff like this. But when it comes to Christmas, there's an expectation that you are going to do all of those things that you don't want to do. But you have to look at that and see what you can manage and what you can't manage, and what is then going to have a huge impact for you. So if it's going to see so-and-so is going to have that impact, then try not to go. Or if you do end up going, stay for a short amount of time. Eat, leave, whatever, however you can manage it. But you have to look at it for you. You have to look at it at how it's going to work for you. And we've got a video to show in a minute as well. So, which isn't necessarily Christmas related, but it's about looking after yourself. So if someone comments on your weight, eat them. Now, I most probably would have said, if someone comments on your weight, you need to pick something up and knock them in the head. But
that's funny, actually, because that's quite a big one in the well, I use the word so-called because that community online is all falling apart at the moment. In the body positivity space, it was a big deal where exactly that, where like if people comment on your weight, why are you commenting on my weight and this and that? It's got nothing to do with Christmas. And it's a big deal because it obviously affected some people quite badly. I don't know.
I mean, sometimes people have made an effort to dress, to see family that they perhaps haven't actually seen all year, and that's the reason why they're suddenly commenting on you, seeing you at Christmas. And you might think that you look good in what you've decided to wear, but someone then comments, or the one that gets me, "Oh, you're looking well."
So I didn't look well before.
Really? You have to say it like that? Oh, you're looking well.
It's quite interesting. That one commented on how people look, whether they put on weight, you're looking well, what you're eating. I just remember Look, let me tell you, my mum, bless her, she was the best. But she was really funny. She used to ring me every now and again. She said, "Okay, have you started your diet yet?" And yeah, no, look, let me tell you, I remember that fondly. It's all part of the best things that I remember about my mum, because she was really funny. Because in the next breath, you say, "How's your husband? Is he being a good boy?" You know, so it's that type of stuff. And I just think there are some people of some generations, they do not see it or the impact on how it can make people feel. You see, because really and truly, I've taken those things and owned them. Like sometimes I'll be getting ready to go out with Della. She's like, "Nikki, why are you dressed like that? You're showing all your extras." I'm like, okay, but I'm like, well, I'm going with my husband and he likes it. You know,
well, there you go.
To clap back, but not everybody can clap back, and she would, you know, she would just like roll her eyes at me and stuff like that. But I take that fondly because that was my mum and that's how she was, and she didn't really. I do not believe that I saw or heard her doing it to any other people inside the family. And now, obviously, I'm her firstborn. But when I just listen to other people talking about those type of things, and I know some people don't really think it's a good enough reason or excuse, but it is generational.
It is generational. It is. I was also going to add that it can also be cultural. But when I then look at that, I think it's definitely generational. You know, West Indian women, your grannies or your mums or whoever, are very quick to say about your weight. You know, they're very quick to do that. And you just kind of, it's something that we've all grown up with, because they will say, "Oh, okay, you're looking a bit big. Oh, okay." It's all of those comments, and just bear those comments in mind. You don't have to say them. You know, it just because other people have said it, generationally, you don't have to say it. You don't have to say it. And actually, if you've got people round, or you've gone to somebody's house and they've given you this mound of food that's there, because obviously we're cooking for 10,000 on Christmas Day, and all the sweets and the chocolates and everything else that you've bought, don't be looking at them like they're, "Why are you eating these?" Because if I bought them, you need to eat them. You know, that's what they've been bought for. If you don't want people to have them, then don't buy so many.
Oh, it's funny you should say that, because never mind. I'll tell you that one offline. It is funny.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not bad, but I'm just conscious of the time. I mean, it is extremely pertinent to the subject matter, but I just thought it. Yeah,
that's fine. We'll hear that one. We'll hear that one. So we've got a video to show, and this video has been bouncing around on social media for quite a few months. And as I said, it's not necessarily Christmas related. However, it's about checking in on your people, checking in on your neighbour, checking in on the person that lives on their own down the road. You know, are they okay? You've got your friends. If someone's a little bit quiet, ask them if they're okay. But it's about asking them more than once. Don't do the "Are you okay?" They say, "Yes, I am." And then you go, "Okay, then off you go."
Yeah.
That's that conversation done, when actually you need to ask them twice. So let's have a look at this video.
How are you? I'm okay. Sorry. Okay. How are you? I'm okay. Sorry. Okay.
It's very emotional. I find it very emotional watching it. So if you don't know who that is, so does it say which one it is?
No, it doesn't. I'm sure it's the Tamara, not Tia.
Yeah, it does look more like Tamara, actually.
Okay. So she
trying to age with sister.
She's in the process of getting divorced. And obviously is a celebrity in some description, is she? You know, she's been on the TV for years, since she
Yeah.
was young. So that presenter asks her if she's okay. She says yes, and then she asks her again, and that's when that emotion then starts to build up, and the tears start to flow, and she's not okay. She's not okay, but actually it takes somebody to ask her twice for her to then, because if you know yourself, if something's going on and somebody says to you, are you okay? Yeah, straight away, yeah, I'm fine. But inside, it's all starting to build. So when they ask you another time, that's when it starts to come out, because you haven't got the, yes, I'm fine, and then they've gone. They're still there, and then they've asked you again. So that alone it's a very powerful video, really is very powerful. So it's about people around you, especially at this time. At this time, this Christmas is the highest for suicide, ending your life, whatever term you want to use. It is the highest for domestic abuse. Because if you imagine, I do a lot of work with young people, children and young people. For some of them, school is their haven. You know, they get to leave the house, they go to school between those hours, and they've got their teachers, they've got their friends, and then they go home. And whatever abuse is going on at home is then during those hours. Christmas, they finish on the 19th or whatever it is. They don't go back till the 3rd, 4th or 5th. They are there in the house all that time with that perpetrator, whatever is going on. Even if it's somebody that's coming in, they're going to be there with those people. It's about making sure that those around you are okay. People struggle at Christmas. And I think because it's Christmas, it's joyful, you've got your decks up, you know, you have to be happy because it's Christmas. Some people are not happy. Some people have to hide that.
It's such a heightened time of year anyway, because of all the stuff that we've just talked about. And then for children to see all that, like, add into it and all that kind of stress, you're seeing family that you don't normally see.
Yeah.
You go and here, there and everywhere. And you can be, to coin Ruby Wax's phrase, frazzled. Your brain going 10 to a dozen, and you're trying to just keep up with what's going on, and you're treading water. And it's sometimes you don't even know yourself that you're not okay.
Yeah.
You would automatically say, yeah, I'm fine. But if someone was to then say, like, are you sure you're okay? And ask the double question and then go silent, it makes you think, and the natural thing in your brain is it's a very British thing. You can't stand having silence in a conversation. You've got to think of something to say. So sometimes when you're thinking, that's when you're thinking, oh, hang on a minute, I'm actually not okay. There's so much stuff going on. And that starts a conversation.
Yeah.
And it's just having someone jog you is enough to then say, well, actually, no. And it could just be that you just need the conversation with your person.
Yeah.
You perhaps wouldn't say to other people. Or it could be that you just talk to a stranger. You saying about suicide and stuff, the training that I've had, it is pretty much always that you could be sat down on a bench in a park, for instance, and I'm walking along with the dog. I get a feeling that you're not okay. I could say, are you okay? And they'll say, yeah, fine. And my training will then tell me to say, I'm sorry to disturb it. It was just, I feel that I've got a feeling that something's wrong, or I don't know you, but I'm just worried about you. And that's enough to just sort of take you out of all what you're thinking in your head sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And abuse, the the adult on child abuse kind of thing automatically comes out. Yes, exactly what Camilla's just saying there.
What's I can't read it.
The abuser
is also in the house where they don't want to be.
Yeah.
So it could be that it's an uncle, it's a stepbrother, it's someone that you're perhaps at home okay with because they're not in your house all the time.
Yeah.
All of a sudden they're now coming in.
Yeah.
Purely valid reason of coming for Christmas. They could then say, oh, do you mind if I stay a few days?
Mm.
The parent's going to go, yeah, fine. And then the child's like, hang on a minute, no, I'm not happy with this. But they can't obviously say because it's so much, the whole heightened thing and things moving around and different things. Going back to someone with autism, that all of a sudden I've got Christmas tree up, I've got decorations up, I can't get to my little corner that I go to that is my safety place, and I'm upset by the whole thing, and they can't tell you what's wrong quite often because they don't know.
It's very complex. It's there more than you think it is. You know, when we're talking about the question around don't put yourself into debt just for people to then see what you've bought. That also is, you know, if you've got a family and it could be mum or dad and stepmom or whoever, if they've spent too much money and then they're then worrying, that all explodes because then there's more alcohol intake during that time. There's all those little things that can be a trigger.
And you'd be surprised at what is a trigger, because you might think, how can that be a trigger? That wouldn't affect me like that, but it would affect someone else.
Yeah.
Even down to I've heard of something that then kicked off. I'll try not to say this, so people might, if they were seeing this, and they could know. There was an argument at Christmas, and it all kicked off by something really silly, like they were complaining that between one parent and another, and the way the children reacted to the toys was, we've spent all this money. I didn't spend that much money. I found the credit card, and the kids are not even impressed by what we've bought, and they just moaned that they didn't get so-and-so. That could have been a very simple conversation in another relationship, but this relationship, it exploded to the point where people were called and people were taken away.
Oh dear.
But it was when we finally found out what had kind of gone on, it was what should have been a simple conversation that started into an argument, that they picked on one another. The children then got involved, and it was just this whole swirl of anger, upset, panic about the situation, drink being involved, and it just exploded. It really exploded.
It's not,
it's funny the way you're saying, because obviously, like you said, it's a simple conversation that is okay in one setting but not in another. But also in my head with what you're saying, unless I misheard you, is that if that person has been living with panic, so where they've brought all of these things to the edge and they know they're on the edge and they're just hoping that it's going to be okay. I don't know.
My personal thought was that when they said about credit cards and bits and pieces, for someone else looking in, it was a credit card was used to buy the presents to keep everyone sweet.
Yeah.
But the partner then kicked off because they found out about the credit card.
Yeah.
And being controlling with money and stuff. That was my first thought about kind of what happened. It never did kind of come out afterwards, but I've got a feeling there was a bit of coercive control and stuff going on within their relationship, and it was just that point of the sharp point. Off.
There's a lot.
Don't you find that if you've had those issues going through the year, like you said, and then Christmas comes along, it's like you're putting all of those things into a pot that is already boiling.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is boiling right up the top, ready to tip over.
Yeah.
And it just takes that one thing for that to then tip over, you know, and that can be in any situation within anybody's house. You know, it could be that actually all the presents and all that is wonderful and that's all working fine, but you're actually sat at the dinner table, somebody says something, and then there you go, that pot boils over. It can be anything that tips that over.
And if you're not looking after it or your mental health through Christmas, it will then show up in New Year.
Yes. Yeah.
Because you'll then do that. I've managed to get through Christmas, and you kind of, that week in between, there's the come down naturally anyway. Everyone's sort of like get the Christmas blues, and it kind of,
there's the come down, but then there's also that new expectation around New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
What, you know, for some people there is an expectation that actually
it's
you
just
need to
too
be out.
much.
And it is, but that's the whole point, isn't it? That time from 23rd maybe all the way up to maybe the 2nd, that can be a tipping point for anybody.
Do you
know?
think it's
See,
the people
I get
the
more
traditions?
Sorry.
Do you think it's the people or the traditions?
Yeah.
Because we've done it this way all the time, then yeah. And that's what happens when people die. People kind of, do we carry on the traditions?
Yeah.
When it's a parent,
do we do that? Do we not? Do we make our own? How does this work? We've done this for the last 50 years, so we need to still continue it. Yeah. That comes into it. But there's also an expectation with your peers. So when you go back to school, for example, there'll be those questions. Did you do this, and this? Well, no, I didn't, because my parents don't let me, or we don't have the money to do that. So that comes into it. You look at adults. Adults do the same. So what did you do on New Year's Eve? Well, I was on my own, so I stayed at home. Oh, but I did all of this. It doesn't matter what age it is. It travels through all ages. Yeah.
Will doesn't particularly go, my husband doesn't particularly go for, doesn't do parties really, but doesn't do for New Year. So it's quite often he's gone to bed, I've gone upstairs after him, nudged him and said it's 5 to midnight. Okay, kiss, goes back to sleep.
Sometimes things can be transitional.
Yeah.
As well. I think it's
I had a lot of New Year's when we were trying for children where it was, perhaps it'll happen this year, and that accumulated into New Year's Eve. Sometimes I'd be bawling my eyes out.
Yeah.
Oh, bless you.
And it's like, I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that to happen at all. But it was just this, it could happen this year.
But that makes sense. That makes sense now.
Point. Yeah, it does now.
Exactly. You're stepping out of 31st of December. You're going into the 1st. That's a new year. So we're going to put all of our hope in for this new year that this is going to happen. And then you then go right back to that next end of the year, takes you into and that can be for anything really. If you're in a relationship that is abusive, you might think, actually, right, it's the 31st of December, this is the last time, next year I'm going, he's going, they're going, whatever. But that you're in those situations. So New Year's can be just as temperamental as Christmas can be.
Yeah.
Ultimately, the whole point is you need to eat everybody. Anybody that makes a comment about anything, eat them. You've got, and that, joking aside, you've got to look after you.
Yeah.
You've got to look after you and make sure that this works for you.
It's a time of year where you're looking after everyone else. Everyone is then thinking about everyone else, which is nice. But as part of that list needs to be you. Yeah.
Yeah. And what works for you and what's going to make you feel okay. What are you laughing at? Where are we going?
I've got the telly on in the background and
What's on in the background?
Bruce Springsteen, Santa Claus is coming to town.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, it's really, yeah.
You
do Christmas. Do Christmas how you want to do Christmas. You know, I love Christmas. I do love Christmas, and I do go over the top. Food wise, most probably presents as well, but food wise, always, with deleting the sweets in flipping February, you know, because you can't just buy one, you've got to have a few. And
would two people on this call end up buying a particular product and hoarding it and hiding it for all year?
I'm away this year.
Still got a jar. She has still got a jar.
No. This is the new lot.
That's the new lot.
3 of them.
And where did you get them from, Cecile?
Waitrose.
I'm like your friend Jehovah to get me some because she works in Waitrose.
Right, so Waitrose, I went to Waitrose in Leighton Buzzard, but Waitrose have them. So when I was over there the other day, I went in and I bought 3 of them.
Oh gosh, I might have a look online. Actually, I'm too lazy to go around the shops. I've been looking. Jeez, it was bad enough about Lidl yesterday.
If I'm over there, I'll get you one, okay? Because I love you to bits, Nikkei, but I'm not sharing the ones that I've got.
I wouldn't worry about that, to be honest. Because you've got a lot of competition already.
That's the start of Christmas. When I show them that we've got these, that's Christmas has started.
Okay.
But
apparently M&S have got them as well.
Over the years.
Yeah, M&S do have them. They do have them, yeah.
I think last year it was Tesco that you told me to go to.
Well, Tesco's and Sainsbury's sometimes have them. They don't always have them. Sometimes have them. Waitrose always have them. M&S always have them. Which is why when our new M&S opens in the spring, I'll be able to get them next Christmas from there.
Where's that opening?
Homebase.
The Homebase building.
Homebase.
Oh, what? Oh, really? God.
Homebase is now flattened, and they're building an M&S food store.
Oh, wow.
They've got all the outside walls, and they've got the mezzanine level that's then will have clothing at the top, apparently. But yeah,
clothes as well.
Because I have actually missed having a Marks and Spencer's, honestly.
So have I.
Yes.
So have I. So have I.
So did you actually say that you were looking at peaches and brandy then? I don't know whether you were right.
That was the peaches and brandy. That is ready for the Christmas. The 2 lots of sweets are there as well. Quality Street and Celebrations.
I know, because even Dennis liked the peaches and brandies.
Yeah. So Christmas is on its way. Now, anybody who knows me knows that the flipping decorations, if I could put them up on Christmas Eve and take them down on Boxing Day, I would. But they will come down maybe next week and I'll put them up. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, we need to wrap up. We have got our Simply Deez events year-end soiree celebrating 11 years. It's this Sunday. It is 2 till 5. I thought it was 1 till 5.
2.
No, we get there at 1.
Oh, we have to be
till 5.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I have to be there at 1. Yes, I know.
And your brain on.
I've got peaches in my head now.
Yeah, that's all she wants now.
There's cream downstairs in the freezer, so I could quite easily have some peaches and brandy with some cream. But then I'd have to go to Waitrose and buy another one. I can do that, actually. I could do that. Because then I could get you one at the same time. Anyway, we have got our soiree. It's 2 till 5 at the Luton Irish Forum, which is Hitchin Road. It is free. But bring potluck, so bring some bits. Let us know.
So still, there's still spaces.
Yes,
just if you need one. Yeah, there's some spaces. There's some spaces.
And to go along with the theme that we've had today, you're doing potluck because it is just a drop in. You've got tell us you come in, so we then know numbers, and have a look and see what the list is of what other people are bringing, so we don't all have the same thing. But it's just bring along something and just hang out. Just say hi, celebrate what we've been going on going on for so many years and what we've done this year, what you're looking forward to next year. It's just a chill out.
Yeah.
Just a couple of hours, bit of music, bit of chat.
Bit of dancing.
There's more likely because there's music. So
a bit of singing. There'll be some singing as well.
Oh wow, let's clear my throat.
From the boss. Yeah, from the boss. The boss. So yes, so that's on Sunday. That's on Sunday, 7th of December, 2 till 5, Luton Irish Forum. And we will be back next week at our usual time. And we will see
these
you then.
shows tonight as well.
Oh, we've got the Real Talk show tonight as well.
Yes.
7 till 10-ish.
Ish.
Come and see. Come and watch. It will be entertaining, just like we are. Entertaining. Right, we'll see you next week.
Bye, everybody.